A couple of days ago I was talking to, my 8-year-old grandson was talking to me about how they've all been assigned what you want your summer vacation to be like. And he was pacing the floor, and I said, "Oh, why are you so nervous?" And he said, "Because I can't stand reading in front of people." And I said, "Well, Nana goes to the open mics." And I told him what an open mic was, to which he walked away and muttered, "I'd pee myself." These are two short stories, and I know I've read both of them here a long, long time ago. The first one is called Accents, and it really happened concerning my son Patrick, who's now 35, and when I wrote this he was 10. In the Bible there are references to people who speak in tongues. My story is not in the Bible. I speak in accents. I think I know why, so in defense of myself, let me explain. In the beginning, I was the product of a Connecticut father and an Alabama mom. We lived in the north and vacationed in the south. As a child, I must have been embarrassed when my southern relatives would laugh and tell me to slow down. And so thereafter, in order to be better understood, I would assume a southern accent. It worked. It worked again during the 2 years when my husband and I lived off base in Pisa, Italy. I would speak with hand motions in broken English, slipping quite naturally into an Italiano accent. Salute. By the time I returned to the great US of A, my accent assuming had become second nature. I ordered French flambé with flair fantastique. I spoke guttural gut to the German grocer. I ordered takeout Chinese and substituted R's for all of the L's, and vice versa. I spoke to our Japanese exchange student for 3 weeks as though we had grown up together. I ordered Greek salad like a native. I rolled my R's in Spanish. I conversed in bloody good Brit, down home Maine, Aya, and Valley Girl, California. It gets so much worse. I spoke to kindergarten teachers in monosyllables. I spoke to lisping people with a lisp. I spoke to stutterers with a stutter. In my mind, I thought it made it easier for me to be understood. The members of my immediate family found me to be a walking, talking, gesturing embarrassment. They would leave the room, shake their heads, beg me to stop, pretend not to know me, threaten to cut my tongue out. Please believe me when I say that it was never forced or meant as ridicule. It just happened. I didn't even know when I was in the actual process of doing it. It all came to a head about a year ago when my 10-year-old son was finishing up a 6-week course in the study of Taekwondo. His father and I had observed the last class, which was punctuated with an abundance of Korean commands. At the end of the class, in front of everyone, I approached the Korean teacher. My husband clutched desperately for the back of my coat. Undaunted, I proceeded. I opened my mouth, and above the sudden sounds of my better half's coughing spasm, and in front of about 50 parents, I shouted, "Show very, very good, much work. Patrick, son of mine, is so proud and lucky to have you for friend." The teacher responded, "Hey, Pat's a great kid, must take after his dad." Que sera, sera.